Hey guys, Blazen here, and today in this video I want to go over all of the perk tree setups that I have set up, well, for all the classes. And I also want to apologize for the lack of uploads lately. I've just been busy, but expect a couple videos coming up this week. This includes this one, and I did get a chance to play the Splitgate 2, the latest alpha build, over the weekend. So expect a video on that this weekend. I will also be going over the melee weapons, and also, of course, this all has to do with absolute difficulty. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, here we are in the armoring hall. Let's start with the perk trees, right? So we're gonna start with tactical. So here's what I've been running. So I still use Kraken penetrator rounds, that hasn't changed. I still use Relentless Pursuit, I still use Emperor's Engine, so nothing has changed here in the core section. However, as you can see, what has changed is in the team section. So if you remember my last video, when I made this, this kind of thing on Ruthless difficulty, I had Transhuman Physiology. Not anymore. Lately, I've been running Align Aim, because this perk got a buff. Range damage increased by 15% for all squad members. This used to be just a measly 5%. This 15% is obviously much better, and it has been nice. So this is what I've been running with. This hasn't changed, the vital data. However, as you can see, this has changed. Improved efficiency. I used to have this, battle focus. There's a good reason why I switched to this. I will actually explain a little bit later on. But I run improved efficiency now. As you can see, this perk has completely, it's been overhauled. Scanning any 10 enemies or 3 majors level higher or higher enemies with 1 aspect scan restores 1 equipment charge. Now again, considering absolute difficulty's ridiculous numbers, the equipment charge is nice, to have another grenade. I pretty much don't use any equipment charge skills, so this is kind of like my first one, and it's really nice because it's not based off a timer, it's just based off the aspect scan. And if you combine that with obviously vital data, you get that frequency faster. So I've been getting grenades, at least my grenades back faster than usual. And yeah, we'll get to that later. This hasn't changed. However, as you can see, the perk has changed. I think this perk only applied to minorous enemies with melee damage, but I forgot how much melee damage. But as you can see, now it's just a general melee damage increases by 50%. 1 aspect is in cooldown. So now it's just like a general thing. It's not just limited to minorous enemies. And then for signature, this hasn't changed. So overall, this is what I've been running with on absolute difficulty. It's been working out. I haven't found a reason. Like sometimes I do think about switching back to transhuman physiology, because when you make a mistake in absolute difficulty, your health is gone, basically. And what's annoying is that especially when you get knocked down, your contested health goes down really fast, and unfortunately, you can't do much to get it back, because your character, your Space Marine, is just so busy. Like, he's so stunned trying to get back up. Like, you're pretty much locked out of gameplay, and you can't. You're already like halfway down your health. You're almost not gonna get your contested health back. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't make a mistake. So sometimes I do think about switching back, but this has been working out. So this is what I've been running with tactical. All right, let's get that over. I should probably get through this quickly, because I'm gonna try going through all these classes as quick as possible. And now here's the biggest, I want to say, meta shift. At least with the chainsword. If you're using the chainsword, I'm going to tell you this right now. You have to rock the block version of the chainsword, because I'll show you the perk tree. The block version of the chainsword is infinitely better, especially with this update. Block weapons got buffed again. The block damage, I guess, whenever you do block and then you retaliate, it's stupid. Like, all you gotta do is just block 2 attacks, and then after you're done blocking those 2 attacks, just hit the attack button, and you immediately incapacitate a majorous enemy. It's stupid. Like, I'm gonna say it. I do think the block chainsword, the block combat knife, and the block thunderhammer is the way to go. Like, block weapons is the new wave, at least with those 3 weapons. The power fist and the power sword, not so much. At least I don't think so. But for the chainsword, combat knife, and thunderhammer, use the block versions of those. Block weapons are much more powerful now. And it pains me to say, because I don't want to use block weapons. I like the gun strike mechanic, but I have to say, at least as of right now, blocking is the way to go. The amount of damage output, like after blocking and then like retaliating, is stupid. It really is. It's dumb, but it works. So that's what I've been using. Moving over to the Assault. But one thing I do just want to mention with Assault is that this perk right here, Wings of Flame. A jump pack dash damages enemies along its trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. And then when you combine it with this perk down here, a perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash restores jump pack's ability charge. Just these two perks alone has created, I think, a new way to play Assault. Because typically, when playing Assault, you probably want Zealous Blow, Pride and Duty, at least for me, and Ascension. So this is typically like the ground pound style. The way how I see it is like there's two different styles you can play Assault now. You can play the typical ground pound style with Zealous Blow, Pride and Duty, and Ascension. However, now with this new update, which is really cool, you can now play with Wings of Flame, Aerial Grace, and Commitment. You can now play a jump pack dash style Assault. Like that is potentially now a viable play style with Assault. I don't know if it's any better or worse, or I don't know if it's any better than the jump pack ground pound style, but it is a different style. So right now that's what I'm experimenting with, and it's been a ton of fun. You're just dashing around. It's so cool. So I guess you could say right now this is the build I'm experimenting with Assault. And I just want to mention, like, now there's two different play styles now you can play with Assault. So that's cool. I've already mentioned, you want to use the block hammer. The power fist, I think right now I'm sticking with the balanced version. Moving on to Vanguard real quick. This is what I'm walking with Vanguard. One change I did do is actually, like, I used to have this before, Conviction. However, now I have this. Just take a flat 20% range damage. I forget what this used to be, but definitely it's different. I still need to try this Unmatched Zeal. This used to be complete ass before, but now after the class perk overall, like this looks much better. Like I might have to experiment with this. And then I haven't really changed much of this. Nothing. This got nerfed. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But it did get nerfed. It's still good though. Like especially in absolute difficulty. Again, that difficulty is just relentless and unforgiving. It will not give you stim shots. So any little health you can get, especially with the amount of majors enemies the difficulty spawns, killing like 8 to 10 majors enemies, you're gonna get your health back little by little. So this is still good. And then again, like the Thunder Hammer, I'm using the block version of the knife now. Like I said, I really do believe the blocking is the way to go. Like I said, the damage output you get after blocking is stupid good. If you don't believe me, then you should try it against Terminus level enemies. It's insane. Alright, Bulwark. So this is what I have right now. I believe none of these have changed as far as like the perk overhaul. I think over here in this area has changed. Yeah, like this wasn't here before. I believe they said they switched the perk or something. Bulwark players can let me know. But here's the controversial part. I guess we'll talk about it. So, I mean, you guys have to have seen this coming, right? I mean, this perk was... Guys, Bulwark is like one of the most carried classes in this game. I'm being real. It is. I mean, I'm not too surprised this skill here got nerfed. Kinda had to be. Like I said, the Bulwark class is carried as fuck. Alright, this class has a shield. And with this perk before the nerf, and even then still, like he still has a pocket stim shot. Over here, he already comes with 20% more health than the other classes. And with perks like this, emergency countermeasure, like he has like two different ways of getting this. So when his armor breaks, he drops a free shock grenade that doesn't damage him, or something like this with defensive advantage. Here's another way where if you perfectly time a parry, he also drops a shock grenade out of his ass. So he's dropping shock grenades left and right out of his ass. He's got a pocket stim shot. He has a shield. He has 20% more health than the other classes. Like, what more do you want? Only downside this class has is just he doesn't have a primary weapon. So I guess I understand why people are upset, but at the same time, like, guys, this class is carried as fuck. So carried that I'm gonna be honest with myself. I'm not even sure if I would have gotten through lethal difficulty on Termination, that last video I did, without this class. Because if you look at that video, the amount of times I've like went down or could have potentially went down, and I was able to just heal myself because of a pocket stim shot flag pole thing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even sure if I would have made it without this class. I might have been carried, honestly. But I mean, I don't know, how would you guys nerf this? Maybe recharging 100% slower might be too overkill. Maybe 50% slower. How about that? It has to get nerfed somehow, guys. It's too good. Maybe 50% slower. That would be my middle ground, right? Anyways, that's my ramble on Bulwark, and you know this perk. Maybe 50% slower might be a good middle ground, but you guys can let me know. I'm going to try. I have been trying this a little bit, so this is something similar to what the tactical has, but now the Bulwark has as well with defensive mastery. So yeah, this is what I've been running on absolute. Nothing more to say. And then the power sword. Actually, the power sword, I'm not using the block version. I'm still using the balanced version. Here's my setup. All right, that's enough on Bulwark. The sniper. Show you the perk tree. This is what I've been rocking with right now. This got buffed. This used to be 10% increase in damage when it comes to melee. Now it's 20%, so that's cool. This got changed, or should I say, really, this got a lot better. This is nice just to get that, get your camo back as quick as possible. I still haven't decided if I wanted to rock targeted shot or tactical ambush yet. I'm still experimenting with these two of what I want, but I think that also depends on your setup, right? This is honestly still almost a must. And then this has saved my ass. Like, I'm gonna be honest, same thing with what I said with the Bulwark. Honestly, I think just this one perk right here, and also the fact that just so you get a damage boost when you attack outside of cloak or whatever, with something like this, I might have gotten carried just maybe slightly just because of some of the sniper's perks, like emergency override, targeted shot, and of course the 25% damage increase when you attack out of camo, and of course also this where you're still camo for 2 seconds while attacking, which is it's only 2 seconds, but it's so good. So I may have gotten carried slightly on Obelisk when I made that video. Now moving on to the heavy, the last one. So here's my perk tree that I've been rocking. I actually don't think not too much has changed on the heavy side of things when it came to that perk overhaul. The heavy for the most part has stayed the same. The only one that stood out to me was the enhanced force. This perk got a lot better. It used to do like 20% more charge melee damage, so just the charge version. Now it's just a flat 30% melee damage increase. I'm not sure how good it is because I don't know how much you want to melee as a heavy, so I haven't really experimented with it much. But maybe I should just to try it out. This is probably the only perk I'll take a look at. Those are what I've been rocking with. Overall, the takeaways are, I don't think tactical, as far as the perk trees goes, hasn't changed much. Assault got a new playstyle. There's now a jump pack dash playstyle you can play around with. Vanguard overall I think tactical and Vanguard overall just stayed the same. Just got some perk adjustments. Bulwark obviously got that one nerf. We'll see what happens with that perk, because I know the devs said they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna unnerf it, because like I said, it definitely it had to get nerfed. It's just a matter of maybe they'll calm down on the nerf. They'll nerf the nerf is what they're gonna do. We'll see what happens there. And I also forgot to mention the shield bash. I didn't mention it. The shield bash stuff got buffed. So there's some really good, maybe some shield bash perks to try out for Bulwark now. And the sniper, to my knowledge, really hasn't changed much. Some perk adjustments here and there. And the heavy, in my opinion, is probably the least changed. Like, he almost was untouched, which is fine. Those are just my quick thoughts and takeaways on the perk class overhaul, you could say. And then, like I said, for melee weapons, like I've said, blocking weapons are the way to go with the chainsword, thunderhammer, and combat knife. You should be using the block versions of those. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I guess to show you guys a little teaser, hold on a second. There you go. Now I'm on this side. And as you can see, there's some little extra things on the screen. Yeah, I might be getting back into streaming here in a little bit. We'll see. But as you can see, I have been working on it. So I could be getting back into streaming. Who knows? I've held this stuff off for quite a while now. I feel like I'm in a mood to just sit down and just play some Space Marine 2 live. And not just live. I'm going to see if I can get multi-streaming going. So I'm not just going to move over to Twitch. I'm also going to try streaming on YouTube, because I'm sure most of you guys are just here on YouTube. My Twitch is mostly dead. So I'm going to see if I can get that working. And who knows, maybe play some Space Marine 2 with you guys, huh? Get some viewer games going. and talk all things Warhammer 40k, I guess. But yeah, those are my thoughts on basically everything, absolute difficulty and everything relating to it, the perk overhaul, and my setups, what's been working, and I think that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of this style of content that I've been doing with just, me chilling, webcam, not too crazy on the editing, just, sitting down talking to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share the video around, and again, leave your comments down below on how are you enjoying the game with the latest update. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are some things that you want? Let's get some discussions going. I mean, unlike where I came from before, I'm sure Saber is actually, keeping an eye on community feedback and whatnot. So maybe you should spread the video around. Reading your comments should also be fun. And yeah, I am done. Until next time, peace.